Have you ever wondered if an ordinary man, burdened by poverty and hardship, can completely change his life? This is the story of Faizan, a young man who walked from the deepest darkness into the light. His struggle, his pain, and his hope will make you realize one thing: giving up is never an option. Think about it. Can your life change too? Faizan and the Jinn girl, a journey of struggle and hope. In a small village, nestled under the shade of mountains, there lived a young boy named Faizan. His house was made of mud, the roof of palm leaves, and he lived with his mother and two younger siblings. The village suffered from poverty. The land was dry and cracked, and resources were scarce. Every morning began with a new battle against hunger and hardship. Faizan's father had died when he was a child. Since then, he had carried the weight of responsibility on his own shoulders. But poverty never broke his dreams. In his heart, a small flame of hope burned that one day he would build a better future for his family and his village. Every day he worked tirelessly in the fields. His hands were rough and weary, yet the light of hope never left his eyes. At night, under the open sky, he would whisper to himself, "One day I will change the fate of this village." One day, when the sun blazed with all its might, Faizan went into the forest to collect wood. The forest was dense and mysterious. Suddenly, he heard a faint, sorrowful voice, as if someone was crying for help. Following the sound, he reached a deep pit hidden beneath the bushes. Inside, he saw a girl. Her eyes shimmered like moonlit lakes, and her glow was unearthly. She told him she was a Jinn, trapped by an evil sorcerer centuries ago with magical chains. She shared her story of loneliness and pain and said, "If you free me, I will grant you the power to change your destiny and your village's fate." Faizan listened to his heart. Even though his own life was filled with hunger, ailing family, and burden, the fire of kindness and humanity still burned inside him. He decided to help her. Overcoming his fear and doubt, he used all his strength to break the enchanted chains, freeing the Jinn girl. As she was released, she dissolved into radiant light and whispered, "Your path will be difficult, but your heart will guide you true." But the moment she was freed, Faizan's life crumbled. His crops dried up, his mother fell ill, and the villagers began to fear him. They accused him of witchcraft, and even his friends abandoned him. His little sister fell sick and died, shattering his heart completely. On cold winter nights, he sat beside his mother's bed. Before taking her last breath, she said, "Faizan, life may be hard, but your heart is pure. Never let darkness consume you." After her mother's death, Faizan was left utterly alone. Grief hollowed him from within. One day he wandered back into the same forest, the place where he had first met the Jinn girl. His mind swirled with questions and pain. Why me? Do I even have a place in this world? Yet her mother's words and the Jinn's promise still glowed faintly in his heart. He realized that true strength is not in enduring pain, but in standing tall despite it. As evening painted the sky with shades of pink and purple, Faizan reached the edge of the forest. Suddenly, a soft, shimmering light emerged from behind the trees. The Jinn girl reappeared, her face reflecting both pain and courage of the ages. She gently held Faizan's hand and said, "You have endured great suffering, yet your heart has not broken." Tears welled in Faizan's eyes. He said, "I'm broken. I've lost everything." The Jinn girl replied, "True strength is not in never falling, but in rising again. This power I give to you, but it must flow from your heart." Faizan held her hand, and a radiant warmth surged through his body, filling his soul with new energy and hope. The Jinn girl said, "Remember, this power is incomplete without love. Use it for your people and your village." With renewed resolve, Faizan decided to leave his past behind and reshape his life with the strength he was given. Using his new powers, he rebuilt the village. The barren fields turned green again, clean water flowed, and illnesses began to fade. But with his growing success, jealousy took root in some hearts. Still, Faizan never gave up. He faced every obstacle with patience and compassion, inspiring faith and unity among the villagers. Years later, the village prospered once more. Standing among his people, Faizan reminded them the brightest light always comes after the darkest night. Never lose hope. Believe in the strength within you. Faizan's story still shines in the hearts of all who struggle. It teaches us that suffering is not the end, it's a new beginning. The real magic lies not in spells or power, but in our courage, compassion, and determination. When life binds us in the heaviest chains, it's hope that sets us free. If Faizan's story inspired you, share it with your friends and family. And remember, every one of us carries a spark powerful enough to light up even the darkest night. For more inspiring stories, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. Awaken your strength and your hope, because change is in your hands.